We are at Adventurous Brewing in downtown Bettendorf. You know Chris. Chris, you've been on the show a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to the first time we had you on the show when we were at Harrington sampling your beer. And that might be one of my favorite things to watch as far as beer I've drank on the show, because it was so incredible. And at the time I remember thinking, this guy needs to have his own place. That was a couple of years ago.
98, I think it was?
It was 1998.
Yeah.
We were still so excited that Prohibition had ended. No, you made such incredible great beer back in the day, and for those that don't know the story, when this all started, when Adventurous Brewing started, you had a real other job, and then you had a garage where you were commercially producing beer.
Correct.
Walk us through those early days.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a tile business that I've done for, at that time, probably 24 years. And it's pretty hard on your body. And so I had gotten into home brewing in like 2001, something like that.
It always surprises me, like, you had a job that was very mentally and physically taxing. And so to relax, you thought home brew, which is very mentally and can be physically taxing.
Right. Well, the part I liked about the home brewing was it's very satisfying. It's kind of like what the tile work was, starting with nothing and then having the finished product. Same with the home brewing. It's like you get an idea for a beer, brew it, all comes together, and you get to drink it. The satisfaction of from start to finish in there.
Now that satisfaction, I suspect, is why we're here. And I have a theory about you, and I want you to tell me if I'm way off on this, okay? When you were, back in the day, tiling, you would have a vision, you would see it to completion, you would use your skills to make something beautiful, and then the homeowner would see it and go, ooh, I love that. And that's a feeling like in the truck home, you've got a grin on your face the whole time when the people that you did the work for won't shut up about how great it is.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then you start commercially producing beer in your garage, and it's going out to different places. And the people that are buying it are telling you it's great, but you're not there at the moment to see the enjoyment on the faces of the consumer.
Right.
Now that you have this tap room, you see where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do see.
You're able to see the hard work that you're doing, and you're able to see the smiles on faces, and you're able to see people being very happy with the work and the labor and the art that you do.
Yes.
Am I way off?
You are absolutely correct. Yes.
This has been Brewed.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Another case solved by the Perry Mason of craft beer, Dave Lavora. Right? I mean, to be in the room where it happens, where the enjoyment happens, right? You've got the facility back there that where you're brewing the beer, and we've done that before. We've been here for that part of it. But to be here in this living room that you've created, and to have strangers who become friends enjoy your beer, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's very satisfying. You know, I mean, coming up with an idea for a beer, and you're seeing it through start to finish, and then actually putting it on tap and have people come in and they like it. I mean, it's a great feeling. Yeah.
When we were here before, it was in the area in the back where you make the beer.
Right.
And you had said at some point you would have a tap room in the front. And we looked at the space and we thought, well, Chris, good luck.
Yeah.
Kind of help me understand what you had to begin with. This, years and years ago, was a paint store.
Yeah. Before we took it over, I think it sat vacant for 4 years or more. And then it was a paint store before that. But I had drove by.
Was it Mott's Paints?
I think it was Diamond Vogel paint.
Diamond Vogel paints.
Diamond Vogel,
Okay.
yeah. And the original Dairy Queen used to be out in the parking lot here, and then the waterfront deli and all that. But I had drove by the place for numerous times and thought it would be a great spot for a brewery. Little did I know if I'd ever be able to get in here, you know.
Wait, so before you had this figured out, years ago the dream in your head was, if I ever had a brewery, that's where I'd want to put it, this building?
I live in Bettendorf, and I drove by this spot a lot, and like I said, it sat vacant for a long time. I just thought it seemed like a good location for a brewery. without seeing inside it or knowing what the back was like, if there was room for it or not. And then I did finally get to take a look at it. And then me and my partner, we came down, we set up with the realtor and looked, and it's just, because it was a dairy originally, so the whole back was kind of just perfect for us to move in with the brewery, with the floors and the pitch and the drains and all that stuff. So it worked out really good.
So you drive by a vacant building, and you have a dream at the red light here. Someday maybe that'll be a brewery, and gosh, it'd be great if I was somehow involved.
Yeah.
And then, years later, you're in one of those rooms with the long table where the lawyer is telling you to sign here and to sign there.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's still hard to believe. I mean, when I sit back in here and I just look at the whole tap room and the back and all that, it's a really great feeling. I mean, it came together awesome, and I get to do, a passion for brewing. I get to do it every day, and like I said earlier, I mean, seeing the customers' faces when they're drinking the beer, and it's a great feeling.
Do you introduce yourself as the brewer to people if you don't recognize them?
Yes and no.
Do you sit, or do you want to be like incognito so you get the real
I try to
scoop
be
on what they're thinking?
Incognito somewhat. Normally, I'm not out on the front very often because I get down here like at 6 in the morning. And I work 10, 12 hours. So I might have a beer in the tap room after work, and then I'm gone. So I don't.
That's
see
a shifty. That's not like a hangout.
Right.
That's
I don't. Yeah. 'Cause I've already been here 11 or 12 hours. So at the end of the day, when we're opening up, I'm ready to go home, pretty much. So
right.
So, but like on the weekends and stuff, I'll stop in and see some people and stuff like that, and it's fun.
Let's just focus on the spring and summer and head here to Adventurous in downtown Bettendorf. Great location and some of the very best beer available anywhere. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Dave.